I mean, I heard tale from Dr. Smith himself that Norman tried to stab and kill him, so I don't think they're exactly on friendly terms, but... Yeah, listen, I could come here and I could bullshit you and be like, yeah, we're working hard, we're getting all these results, and we're, you know, we've got a solid plan of action for how to put a stop to this. But I'll be honest, you know, I don't. And I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I came and try to, you know, bullshit my way out of this. Because it's not, but at the same time, I'm not really... Normally, if it's a typical case, I'd probably be ashamed about that, but this isn't a typical case. You know, we're dealing with things way outside of our control, and it's a lot more about managing what we can versus trying to go after what we can't.
I'm gonna ask some like kind of direct questions.
That's fine.
Or have we tried to apprehend them?
Has he? No, I don't. Well, to the best of my knowledge, from the people that I've been in contact with, I don't think there's been any direct attempts to apprehend. No, other than that traffic.
Do we have enough evidence to suggest that to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this man is infecting individuals?
Beyond the reasonable doubt is difficult, right? Because
what about probable cause? Let's stop there.
I think we probably have enough probable cause, yeah.
Okay. So, given the current laws that exist, charge him with something. Put it on the docket. And then force a preliminary deposition.
Right. Okay.
In said deposition, you arrest him. Okay. And you run his shit.
Here's my problem with that. Is how many people are going to be at that deposition? Because there was, what, 2 officers on that traffic stop, and they're both infected. So,
sorry, go ahead.
What I was trying to kind of say about the beyond a reasonable doubt thing is that this guy doesn't like stab you with a needle or anything. It's more of you're in his presence and then somehow you're infected. So it's not like, you know, we put handcuffs on him, that infection's going to stop. And hazmats don't work. I think Oprah might have even made an announcement telling, you know, LSPD members to stay away from the guy, and I think that's with good reason.
The problem I have with this is what I'm hearing is that our state needs to be set into a state of emergency, and that we so we can't let this man control this state. If he's on our fucking highways, our roads, infecting folks, and I hear you, I really do. And let me for a second try to I don't want to try to pretend I believe the hocus pocus stuff, but I'm gonna try to like at least be considerate of it.
Mm-hmm.
But with it in play, let me give you a hypothetical, right?
Okay.
Let's say this man has different strains, right? He has it constantly evolving, right? Reasonable. Jason's research has indicated, I forgot what it's called, the fucking black matter or whatever it is, which is effectively nanobots. Have you seen that document?
The black goo?
Yes.
That stuff? From way back?
Not the black goo. It's called something else. Have you on a document? There was the 2 things. There was the black vein virus.
Yeah.
But then there was the other stuff that was found at Humane Labs. The thing with the nanobots.
I don't know anything about nanobots, I'll be honest there.
Oh fuck. God damn it. I wish we had a reference to it. But that indication, the stuff from Humane Labs, that wasn't hocus pocus. It was just modern technology. And the technology that like, it was this shit that used to like it clogs onto like red blood cells or whatever. My point is that the somehow people get sick is literally just apparatus, right? In my opinion, like, be it it could be something as simple as the guy himself can be immune. The guy himself may wake up every day and give himself a immunity, be it through a vaccine or be it whatever it is, right? And if he wanted to get someone sick, you know, it can be something as simple as, you know how the Russians used to kill people, like in Europe?
Yeah.
It used to be through something they touched. Sometimes it would be airborne. Some of it would actually be designed in a way where the reaction would be based on like there would only be a reaction on a set of individuals. So where I'm going with this is, like, while I can understand some of this is scary because we don't have answers and we don't know the how and the where and the why, is that a lot of it is easily explained it can be explained away. And so what I'm saying is that some of what we are seeing as can be thinking is fear can literally just be something like he's got some shit on his cane, right? Fucking taps that shit and, you know, release it, like, you know, shoot something out that you can't see with the naked eye. And so while, and that fear itself may be preventing able bodies from detaining him, thinking that if his hands were cuffed or he wasn't stripped down so his fucking cock is sticking out, that he'd have something to do to like hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say fucking arrest this guy, take his fucking clothes off, kick him into a fucking decontamination chamber and check all his crevices and see what is on him. For all we fucking know, he's got some shit in his pocket. Kick his fucking doors in, there might be a goddamn manual or some manuscripts that might explain some of it. And if that means we got to throw the state into a state of emergency, like, I mean, that's something I'd definitely be open for. And I recognize that, you know, maybe it's a gamble, but to me, I want to at least explore some of these things. Maybe not to the extremes that I'm saying here, but to me, this feels like a choice between letting this man control the state versus us gaining back control.
I get where you're coming from. You want at least some action to be attempted than to just sit back and, you know, kind of have it play out. And I
get enough people in a room to come up with what are the options and what are the pros and cons and what's like the risk assessment.
No,
I mean, as a worst case scenario, Doc, if this guy is as dangerous as he says and there's enough of it, it can be as simple as fucking like go buck fucking naked, get your ass like on the fucking ground and turn yourself in. Otherwise, you know, we're gonna order a fucking death by sniper or some shit.
You know, that's not a bad chat. But
and I'm being a little like extreme here,
no,
right? Like, I'm not necessarily saying we're gonna do this, but like, I don't mind going to that extent if the threat is is that bad, right?
No, I understand. I mean, I think it's very difficult to describe, you know, with the things that some of us have seen, you know, this... Listen, I won't go into it. I agree with you. Some action needs to happen regardless of what it is. I'll have a chat to Craig and then I'll touch base with those still working the case and we'll try and put something together. Regardless of what it is.
Could you include Turner, please?
Chief, yeah, that's fine.
He's sort of aligned. He's very similar to me in terms of, you know, it's in terms of, it would be good to have him involved. I mean, I'll go as far as saying that McNulty is probably good too, because he's not going to go pull an Aspen. Just so all law enforcement agencies at least know if something goes down, what's happening, right?
No, it's a very good share. I'll I think I think you're right. I think something does need to happen, but at the same time, I'm warning you that it could go very, very badly, and we might get a lot of officers sick.
I think that's why we need it. It's important to have some plans, contingencies, and risk assessment. Because I agree with you, right? For all we fucking know, we take him, and he's got like. You ever see like? Did you ever hear about like how they were doing cheating in chess? Did you hear about this?
No.
Like 3 years ago, a grandmaster was accused for cheating.
The anal beads.
And the theory, this is a legitimate theory. You can look it up. They said he had something up his ass, and it used to like vibrate based on what move he should make. So if it was like F5, it would vibrate A B C D E F F, and then pause, and then vibrate another 5 times, and so it would wirelessly
has got some anal beads. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, it was anal beads. Yes, you're right. I forgot. It wasn't. It was anal beads. Yeah. It was a real fucking theory that the Chess Association literally investigated. But my point is sorry, where I was going with this is like we don't like as a worst case, we don't know if he gets in detainment, he like clenches his cheeks and like releases some shit like on the island, right? Like I get those a possibility.
I think there's a lot of possibilities that should be explored no matter what.
Or maybe something a little bit more reasonable, like people have those like email systems, right? Where they say if I don't check in 30 days, release these documents. I'm sure you heard of something like that before.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
So it's like you have in custody on some sort. Like I get all that happens. I think for me, it's the big part for me is that he's just casually driving around the fucking city and doing it. If he's stuck around like in some contained area and people went to him to die or whatever the fuck they do because they got nothing better to do in their life, right? It'd be less of a concern. For now, I'm weighing like, what is he gonna do next? Who's gonna get sick next, right? Were these people targeted? Is he sending a message? What if someone like fucking, makes his coffee wrong? Are they gonna start getting sick? It's just, I don't know. It's fucking shit.
I think that kind of happened. Not that something went wrong, but when my husband rode, she got sick when he was working down at the food court, and he just served him, and that was it. So,
it might have been good to get to you, no?
Well, I'm
like
already
a warning.
I'm already sick, so. But you're all right. You're all right. It probably was. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'll run with it, and I'll get something sorted as soon as possible. We'll get a meeting together with everybody, and we'll go from there to try and figure something out.
Separately, it was recently made aware to me that some of the concerns around Jason, maybe because apparently there's like another director.
Director what?
Of Humane Lab.
Yeah, I think that was my initial concerns because because of this and adjacent investigations, I've been up at Humane Labs a few times and got documents and things and spoken to people, but obviously her name has never come up. So for that to kind of come out the blue was a surprise.
And that's understandable. And due to other things, I want to make it like very clear if she is involved in whatever she does on her off time is what it is. Her relationship to the cabinet extends to assisting with the court center. And that goes for anybody else that works for the cabinet. If she's involved with some like dumb shit, like that just cannot be happening. Now, I don't believe it is. I believe she's authentic when it comes to this Humane Lab stuff. But I think the truth is necessary because living in this like hypotheticals, no bueno. I recommended that I think I was talking to Barrett. I said, let's just fucking subpoena the fucking Humane Labs who the fuck works there? We have the right to do so. It's a fucking investigation. And I was told that the judges who got it didn't know what to do. And I said, okay, the dumb fucks are out. The other one's going to be fine. And if I need to assist in getting that FOIA sorted or subpoena sorted, depending on how you want to do it, I can assist with that because we need answers. For all we know, is there multiple directors? Reasonable. Is she a director who owns the thing? Like that shit's gotta, that can't be an unknown.
I agree. At this point, with the amount of shit that's happened at that place, we need something concrete on paper. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Is there anything else that you needed to?
No, I think that was like my big thing. The
just
yeah, fucking Dr. Smith.
Dr. Smith stuff. Yeah. I mean, while I've got ya, for unrelated reasons, I'll say that, and I mean that. I was having a look through the Ellis County FOIA that Craig did this morning. I think it was just for April.
Yep.
And then there was the $20 million for, what was that for? I think there was a comment on it back.
It is for the repurchase, property repurchase program. So
sorry, go ahead.
That has, and I do track the stuff. So I have to move it to my account because it's the only physical way to actually do the purchases.
The purchases, right.
And so the idea is, even before, like I was not going to run this term. I do a tally up to see how much either the county owes me back or I owe the county back, right? So it's going to be net zero.
Yeah.
But those funds are used to either do direct purchase, or do purchases. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but if taxes aren't paid 2 months in a row, the property gets held by the state. And on the end of the third month, it goes up for sale.
Yes. Yeah.
So I need to like quickly buy that shit, like literally be as close to number one on the train and just boop, 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 boop. I haven't even been able to successfully do that because literally like 20 other people are in the same game, right? Michael assists with that. It sucks. I've been trying to get it changed. I think the mayor should own it so that we can
auction them off.
Get real. Well, that's exactly what we do, right?
Yeah.
So in order to get properties back into first-time home buyers, I offer above market price. So let's say your house is worth like $2 million, but the problem is that the property is so valuable, nobody wants to sell it. So in order to solve that, I say, you know what? I'll give you fucking 2.5 or $3 million. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's like a fucking pocket change, right? For the county. And it's like it's an insignificant effect on the economy, relatively speaking. I get that. I'll put it up for 2 million or 1.5 on City Hall, and you can see some of the previous postings. And then people have like 5 to 7 days to apply, and we check: have you owned a property in the last 6 months? You have property? Da, da, da. So if you are like fit that criteria for a first-time home buyer, we do a random roll based on like the post count, and then whatever it lands on, they pay that money, and now we got a subsidized house in the hands of someone that wouldn't have been able to get one.
Yeah, actually, I really like the system.
It's the best thing I could come up with like, what we have at our disposal.
Sure. I did check your profile just because, I was interested in that money and the legislation and stuff. And I noticed you have like Capitol Boulevard 4, that big fucking warehouse.
Yes.
Did someone
I
sell
also
that?
have the old. No, I bought it.
Oh, you bought it
that
from?
One just straight up.
Oh, okay. How much, if I can ask? Because we were going to buy that place for the marshal office.
Really? Wait, don't you have one?
Yeah, we do. But like before we had that office, up at the observatory, we were looking for a property, and I was going to buy that one for like 10 mil or something. But then somebody else snatched it out.
I think that was me. I think it was either 8 million, maybe. Maybe it was 10. It was definitely in that range.
Oh, this was a while ago though. How recent was this set?
It wasn't recent. This was like
Oh,
a month ago.
I think it might have been longer.
Wait, was it? Did someone offer 10? Because it was on the app.
Yeah, it did go up on the app, but yeah, I can't remember exactly how it went.
We also bought the lumber union.
The lumber company. That
Yeah.
one?
We didn't buy the company, but they moved their program to function like in association with the the DOC
The
stuff.
DOC stuff, yeah.
So they were looking to sell it, and I scooped that up. Those are very prime properties. Transparently, we do not know how we're gonna what we're gonna do. The Capitol Boulevard one, that's like a personal purchase.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's that I was planning to leave. I need post mayoral plans, right? And we're thinking it was going to be an investment company. Push money through law firms, other kind of shit like that. Very good spot for that.
Yeah.
Lumber company though, that one is going to be put up, but I don't want to put it up and then it just turns into a gang warehouse, because that's a high likelihood, right?
Yeah.
And so in the interim, until we come up with something, it's going to be a zoo and aquarium.
Oh, that's nice.
So I figure like we're going to do some city things just due to the location as we figure out a plan. And I think what's going to happen simultaneously is I may do something where it's like someone or some set of individuals, like it may actually turn into one of those. You ever see like one of those buildings that have many businesses inside of it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking of doing, because you've got the hub there already, right?
Yeah.
So why not extend that sort of philosophy into there where it's like maybe 4 main offices, right? And there's just it might be held by the county and we keep it as a, or we pass it off to a private firm on contract and like they do subletting
Good plan.
to a business.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go to shit, right? Because like, don't get me wrong, like I got a gangs need shit. They own probably like 80% of the warehouses.
100%.
We need something for civilians who can't hit those numbers.
Yeah, I agree. Just for records and everything, have you do you track how all that money's been spent and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Could I get a copy?
It's not. Oh wait, it's in the I write everything out on the transaction.
No, but I mean, like, you got the 20 million that's going to you, and then, so all the properties you purchase for the whatever that legislation is called, the yeah, that stuff.
I have the same thing you got. So what I would do is I can't. So I don't have like an output, let's call it. But the last time I did it, I took I asked Faulkner for financial records since like December or something, and you make a query that says like I queried it out. Does that make sense?
No, I know what you mean, but I'm gonna bet you got that 20 million that goes into your account. But obviously, I don't have your account records about what you're buying with that money.
Oh,
so like, do you have I purchased this for this program at this amount? Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dark. It would take me 2 hours to do that. If I have the time, I'm gonna say no because I'm lazy. However, if I need to produce it, I can.
Okay. If it was like already done, then there's one thing. But yeah, I get it if you don't have it on hand.
It's ass. Last time I did it, it was fucking ass. However, I can assure you that, I mean, look, I'll make it, to ease whatever may be on your mind, and is at the end of the term, those records will be made by me because I don't want to leave office and there isn't a record of it, because then it puts my money in jeopardy.
Okay, I got it. The last one.
However, what I will do is I'll see if I got like those scraps still left behind in some kind of Google Doc. But I'm gonna be real with you. I purchased Excel just because of the sheer amount of transactions, thinking that Excel would do a better job than Google Sheets. Guess what? It doesn't. It's fucking dog shit as fuck. Even though you pay so much money for it, and that's been in development for 30 years, apparently, like fucking supercomputers today still can't handle millions of transactions. So, and the problem is that even if you save it, if it crashes, it's rebozo. So I don't even know if the work I did is even saved properly. So
yeah, it's I don't use Excel for that reason. What about Larry's Bodega? I saw that on your profile and I got very sad that.
That one I was a direct purchase, and that one is going to be going up.
Oh no, he doesn't want it anymore.
No, wait, what do you mean? No, he left Cyprus.
He did.
Yeah, and he's fucking broke as shit.
Oh fuck! So he really needed the money, huh? That's news to me. Okay.
No, it's not even they needed the money. This guy fucking yoinked all of Cyprus's shit.
What?
I think no, he's good.
Oh my god. Okay. Damn.
Why are you saying it like that?
I didn't know.
It was all over Twada. What do you mean?
Well,
listen, I'll be straight with you. This guy, you know, that's a gas station, right?
The gas station, yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't have equipment set up. So that bodega, I forgot how much I purchased it for. I think it's like $2 million or something.
Mm-hmm.
But this dumb fuck sold it, not realizing the value isn't in the building. The value is in the gas pumps. And once Ron Oil gets everything connected, I get to hand this off to a good business owner who can run a fucking gas station.
That's true. Yeah, I never really thought about it like that. That's going to be a lot of money for somebody. Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate the transparency, Nino. And if you need anything else, just give me a bell. But I'm probably heading home for the night now. But yeah, just you need anything, let me know, and I'll get that sorted, and we'll get a meeting planned with law enforcement and what we're gonna do about old Dr. Buttplug, or whatever you want to call him now.
Yep, I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you, Nino.
Oh. And you're gonna set that up, right?
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'll set it up. Okay. All right, you take it easy, so.
Appreciate it, Doc. Oh, I also own his chicken recipe.
Larry's?
Yep.
He sold that?
Well, I guess he's working for me now. You know what I mean? It's no longer his grandma's.
Oh, no. That was a fucking evil laugh, dude. What are we thinking, chat, about the whole lumber company stuff? I don't know whether he's telling the truth or he's yapping his way out of it, because he said he doesn't have any records about the purchases. That makes me sus, because Nino's like the type of guy that writes everything fucking down. So the fact that he doesn't have like the records of how he purchased these things and where the money's gone is like, I don't know. Who did he buy it from? Wyatt. He was the owner. He makes a lot of money. I was thinking that, I was like, not right now because I don't have the time, but I'm thinking like one day I might ask Nino for a tour of the old lumber company and see if he lets me. Because right now it's like, because Nino, we now know that Nino owns like some of that is personal property, some of that's personal, like for the county, so it's very difficult to know. And the fact that he doesn't have records for like which is county purchased and which is personal purchase is like, you know, it's definitely not. That hasn't soothed Dark's mind about whether or not Nino is, or I guess the lumber company property is still like wire operated. You know, that's something we need to figure out. He said he wrote comments. No, he wrote comments for the LS County money going into each account, right? But we're on about the money, the $20 million that went to his account, right? So the money he gets out of the LS County account to use in his personal account to buy these properties, he said he doesn't have written down anywhere. So like, let's say he purchased the fucking lumber company warehouse for $3 million. That isn't written down apart from in his own bank account, which I don't have access to. Yeah, he has to own the properties. There's no other, like, to be fair to him, there isn't, like, I'm not worried about that. There's no other way to deal with it. Actually, I might have to dump the car somewhere because I've got to dip out now. Yeah, I'm just going to dump it in here. It's a mechanic thing, yeah. Yeah, I've got too much shit to work on right now. I'm just gonna leave this here. All right, chat. We'll talk more about it tomorrow because I'll be back tomorrow. I gotta dip out for now though. So I'll be back. We'll have a big chat about it tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see what's going on tomorrow. I'll try and get the Wyatt Lumber Company stuff done tonight. No promises though, because I might be just me and Baby Sock tonight. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.